I received an email notification regarding this project that it was reviewed. I can click over here and then go to pull requests, find mine, and then see what happened, or from the same page I can click on pull requests, and then this is the change that I want to be permanent. This is the comment that I posted, then I added the YouTube link and I got a response. Thanks for the PR. I added a fix-up to simplify a couple of things. Could you please check the changes? If I click over here, I can see some differences, but I don't see my code. If I want to see the changes in historic order, I'm pressing on my solution, and then on the commits tab I can see that this was the first change. Then I can go back. This was the proposed or the solution after the review. Here I can see easier that, for example, those two lines were removed from the solution. And finally, I can see the latest change where I added spaces before and after the hyphen. On the left side, I have my code, and on the right window, I have the suggested solution from the review. If I'm going to the very bottom, to the left screen, I created this mark selected method. I'm going to the definition. This is my code compared to the suggested. It's a little bit tricky to see what's going on. On the right side I have some kind of differences, but it's not the code that I posted compared to the suggestion. I can see that, for example, those two lines were removed in the suggestion, and if I'm going all the way to the bottom, to this window, to the else statement, so this block, I can see that the toNumber was inserted into here, and then an if check, and then the mark selected function is invoked. So I can conclude that those two lines were removed from the function but added over here. Another thing that I noticed is this change, the start and end. So if I'll focus on the start, it will take the maximum value between 1 or the starting value in the range. For example, if I inputted -2, then this method will return 1 and ignore the -2, because 1 is greater than -2 and is the maximum. On the left side, I did the same thing over here, but in 3 lines of code, and this line looks better than what I initially wrote. The range end is doing the same thing, but it's taking the minimum value. So for example, if the user put the maximum value as 13, but there are only 9 items, then the maximum or the end range will be 9 and not 13. I did the same thing on the left in over here, and I think that the proposed solution looks way better in one line. This if statement remained. If the first value is greater than the second value, switch them. The proposed code looks better than my code. So overall, the code was changed to a better version, and I like it. Unrequired lines were removed, and the only thing that I want to change is over here, where the range start and range end are created, by a regex, and I think it's a very beautiful solution. When I'm doing space CA to string 1 hyphen nothing, enter, it will select all the values because the maximum value will be set to 9. If I have trailing spaces, then hyphen spaces whatever 5, then this input is also valid. I liked the proposed solution, but I do want to add this change. How do I do it? On the right side, I'm scrolling all the way to the top, and then I have 3 dots and edit file, and then I'm looking for the regex, 0 spaces or more, and also on the other side. Now I want to save the file. Refresh. So yeah, this change was populated, and then I can do review changes, and then I'm doing submit review. And the reason why I did the space, because originally in my code I had the same test with multiple spaces over here, that if there are multiple spaces, change them to nothing. But the regex is a better solution and the code looks cleaner. Okay, and now I see that my comment was populated. It's interesting that not only I was able to contribute to the code, but I also got a review. The code was improved and my opinion matters.